Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. First thing I want to do, I want to thank everyone that's taken time out of their day to watch my videos. I really appreciate you. What we're going to talk about today, what most people talk about, the weather. I just looked at the weather map. It looks like we're going to be in for at least another week of constant rain, which is unusual. The rain right at the moment looks like it's let up for a little while. Here where I live, it's been basically a steady, slow rain. And I've discovered that my heat don't work. It's if you've lived here a long time, like me, when it dropped down to 70, it's cold. And it's cold this morning. And it'll probably be like this all day, according to what I've seen on the weather map. I've been here long enough to I see usually this time of year, mid-January, almost mid-January, we start seeing the dry season start to come in. Looks like we're going to have a continuous wet season, according to the weather map. The rain band, the low pressure, is so far out in the Pacific, it's going to take probably a couple of weeks, if another one don't develop, to pass. And of course, that's okay, except for it wreaks havoc for me getting what I call beneficial solar. I'm getting some, but not enough to make a huge difference. I can't, what I'm doing, I'm being conservative for one thing, so I can keep my batteries at a level in case of brownouts, because as the weather gets worse, that's pretty often here where I live. So it's going to cost me probably considerable more. But the bright side of it is, when it finally passes, the system will be back up and be more efficient. And, you know, fortunately enough that my inverter will charge the batteries, which that means I'm taking it from the grid. So it's going to cost me. That's okay. At least I don't have to be uncomfortable. We can pump water and my refrigerator and deep freeze and everything will function normally. And I don't have to worry about having fuel on hand. And try to keep it dry in a safe place. But anyway, the weather is rainy. At least at the moment, we're not dealing with thunder and lightning, which means I basically shut everything down because of the thunder and lightning, or actually the lightning. I've experienced a lightning strike here, actually hit the grid, and it took out my inverter. That's been several years ago. I think about 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So, even though I got everything grounded, when it comes through on the grid, there ain't nothing I can do about it. So, that's the best I can do. a direct hit here, hopefully that my grounds will take care of it. But when it hits on the grid, it still will come through. The surge. And another topic, we had a good visit in Dalmageddon. Immigration has done an extreme improvement, at least in that office there. It took me a little while to figure out if I needed an appointment or not. And the appointments are not necessary, but you still got to go online and get the QR code. And you are required to have photocopies of your passport, the bio page, and your last entry stamp, and of course your status as a resident. You've got to have a copy of that. And you got to copy both sides of your iCard. And with that said, my wife does a wonderful job doing all this. We got there, showed them the QR code, waited about 2 minutes, and we went inside and took a seat. About 5 minutes, they called me up, and I sat at the lady's desk. She was quite friendly and helpful. She reviewed my paperwork and so forth, and handed everything over to the immigration officer. And about another 3 or 4 minutes, I stepped over to her side, the immigration officer, and I sat down and they took a photo. That was new. I hadn't been on my annual report. They hadn't been taking pictures. Then I paid my 310 pesos, roughly about $6. She prints out my receipt, hands it to me with my iCard, and told me have a good day. That was a great experience. If you live here, you know what I'm talking about. And we was in and out 15 minutes. When you're in the Philippines, when you say that, that's amazing. So I have to give them a thumbs up because it was a good experience. Which meant that me and Grace had time to go out in Dalmageddon. Even though I didn't get any videos, because when you're driving and so forth, and when you get inside the mall, it's difficult with all the sound. So I didn't get any of that. And to follow up on that, Grace and I decided to have a movie date. And we had a movie date. At 12:15, the movie started. And we got in there, and I guess you wonder what we watched. I don't know if you're an Avatar fan. That's what we watched, Avatar, The Way of the Water. It was, I'll be honest with you, a 3.5 hour movie. It was a attention getter, and it was just fantastic. Makes you wonder how they put all this together. I know what technology they do, but they've done such a realistic job. It was just amazing. The first Avatar was good too. It was great. I didn't get to watch it at the theater. I actually, when I first came here, I think late 2010, I downloaded the movie and got to watch it. And I watched it again on several occasions over the years, because it was that entertaining to me. So we had a great movie date. We had a big box of popcorn. Of course, we didn't get any drinks, so we ordered a popcorn unsalted. I better watch my salt. But it was a great day. Then, after that, uh, we come out and kind of remember what we've done. I think Grace done a little bit of shopping. She went and got Virgil a couple items for school. And personally, I went to looking at the hardware store. And I'll just be honest with you, there's a few items I'd like to have, but I just wasn't willing to pay the price because I can get it online, the same product, for a third of the money. So much for that, but at least I got to look at it physically. And then I come out because I was getting overheated. It was quite warm in there. And just so happened, Grace come walking through at the same time and said she's ready. So then we got down to our vehicle. The first thing I noticed, I left my park lights on. And the reason they was on is because I turned them on so I could see how many kilometers that we had put on our vehicle and looking at the fuel. And always monitor everything on the vehicle. Because if I see a sizable difference between the fuel and how many kilometers we've driven, it knows I need to investigate and find out what's causing it. But I'm being quite fortunate. I'm not having issues with that. But I still monitor it. Yeah, so if fuel consumption gets greater, first thing I do is check the air filter. So everything was fine, but I just forgot to turn them off. So when I parked, I left them on. So the lights were on for about 5 hours. My heart sunk because I figured it ain't going to start, and getting someone to boost you off here in the Philippines is very difficult. Very difficult. But when I opened the door and I turned the lights off at the key of ignition, turned it on, did the fuel pump time to build up pressure, so if it did crank, it would start immediately. It started. Oh, what a relief that was. So that means that my battery is doing a great job. Of course, the people that put the van together, it's surplus vehicle, so it had to be reassembled and converted from right-hand to left-hand drive. They was honest about putting a new battery in. And that's been over a year and a half ago. So the battery's doing a great job. I'm impressed. Enough said on that, and Grace and I, we went back to the hotel and freshened up a little bit. And we went to their restaurant and had a fantastic meal. The best broccoli and cheese that I can ever recall having. It was very enjoyable. I'm trying to remember what the other item was. The broccoli and cheese just got my attention. Oh yeah, I had chicken curry. And they put an ungodly amount of rice on the side. I didn't eat all of it. I ate some of it. But the chicken curry was fantastic. And we had what they call a watermelon cooler, which had watermelon and chunks of apples in it. And it was fantastic. And naturally, we overate. Well, I did. Gracefully, like I did. But I felt like a fat pig. And we went back to the room and just settled in, relaxed. I was tired after a long day. We didn't venture out. Grace took some pictures and video around the outside and so forth. And I just kind of chilled out. So that's my day and Grace's, and we had a great evening and everything. And I really appreciate all you folks taking time out in your day to listen to me gossip. So I want everybody to enjoy your life and please be happy. Because you can make yourself happy. It's just a matter of attitude. So thank you again, and I'll be back. Don't worry.